Good evening all. On behalf of SRECAA Alumnus and the Department of Veterans and Communication, welcome you for the 88th webinar talk, Rapid Growth of IT Industry During COVID. We welcome our principal man, speaker of the day, Mr. Venkatraman, faculty members, current students and all our friends. We request Dr. Jagadeeswari HoD, Head of the Department, EC, to introduce the speaker.
Yeah, thank you, Vasanth. I join with Vasanth in welcoming all the faculty members and alumni members for this webinar talk series 88 with the speaker of today, Mr. Venkatraman, alumnus of 2016 batch of ECE. He's here to talk about the rapid growth of IT industry during COVID. To introduce Venkatraman Athmanathan, he has completed his graduation in ECE in the batch of 2012 to 16 batch and has around 5.6 years experience in software development and is into the IT industry. And currently he is working as senior software engineer in Winwire Technologies, Bangalore. He has also worked in different technology stacks like Java, Spring Boot, and microservices in different domains like HR, supply chain, and accounts. So he is here to enlighten us with the rapid growth of IT industry during COVID. During COVID, most of the job opportunities have grown up than what was expected, and hence he is here to enlighten us with the rapid growth of industry during COVID-19. Welcome you, Venkatraman, for accepting our invitation to be here to give this webinar talk 88 series. And thank you for accepting our invitation. I thank the Alumni Association for giving me this opportunity to introduce the guest speaker of today. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So it is a pleasure for me to giving a webinar on this topic with the faculty members and our beloved principal. So it's a very I feel it's a proud to me to give a topic on this to deliver a webinar on this topic. So first of all, I just want to because in the past 2 years we have some very multiple things related to negative impacts of COVID. The COVID has taken these many lives. So there are so many negative impacts. So why can't we see the positive? Why can't we see the positive side of the COVID? See, every coin has two sides. Either it's a positive two sides. Either it's a positive or it's a negative. So we are in the past 2 years we are looking only into the negative aspects of COVID. So it changed this many lives. So many people are jobless. We do agree that, but in addition to that, it has created so many opportunities in the field of in the IT industries as well as in the manufacturing sector. So banking, financial sector, and insurance. So those are all the areas it has created a major it developed a major growth in that. And so I will elaborate each and everything. So yeah, I will get into this session. So first of all, it's like so whenever we are we are suppose in the I joined recently I have switched to two companies. So what the companies are expecting is they are due to this COVID, there are a lot of companies the role of IT is in all the companies has been developed a lot, even though the productivity of the employees as well as the amount of work we are doing it has been changed drastically. So the productivity levels of the employees has been increased. So that's why the companies are earning more revenues. So it's one of the major reasons. So the work from home, the COVID has changed the work from the work culture of all the companies. So usually we used to follow the 9 to 6 life cycle. So we'll go to office, we'll do our day-to-day task, having lunch, then we'll be wrapping up with for the day. Then we are coming back to the home. So now that entire 9 to 6 life cycle has gone. So we are adopting the new life cycle. So where we can work according to our plan. So it's like so whenever we are free, so we can go out and we can have a cup of coffee or something around that, something. We can roam around the city and we'll come back. So those are all the major changes created in the work culture. So they help the employee to go out of that work environment. They can move out of this work 9 to 6 role in front of computer. They can use to roam around this, and they can see they can get some new ideas. So whenever our mind is free and relaxed, so we can able to we can able to get more ideas, as well as we can get the more ideas basically. So that is one of the reason for the productivity of an employee to increase. In addition to that, because previously we don't the reason for the banking and financial sector is very growth is very high, because see, previously due to that COVID, we most of the family members, even after we are supposed to take the health insurance for the family. So it rapidly it so it helps the person or people to take basically it handles a business process outsourcing team to deliver the policy details, as well as in the back end it needs a IT support, and as well as in once we purchase the policy, it needs banking, the payment gateway, like any of the payment gateway like Paytm or PhonePe or Google Pay. So those kind of fintech startups has been played a vital role in that. So this helps. So if you take a BFSI sector, so it has a lot. It is having a chain of contacts. So once he has to develop. Suppose if I'm the owner of the health insurance company, so I have to suppose if I want to reach the customers, so then I have to follow the marketing strategy. So obviously it will need the marketing team. Then I have to design a responsive web pages to display all the details. Then once the user enters, the flow has to go to that BPO team, where BPO team can contact the customer to explain the process. Then finally, once the customer concludes, this is the policy, I have to take it, and these are all the modifications which I need to do it in that policy. They can convey them to the BPO. So according to his needs, then once it is finalized, then we are making it our payment. So it's a kind of a continuous process where there are different domains are involved in that. So if you go for a backend, it's a kind of fintech companies has to be in place to deliver to setting up of the payment methods and all. So this is a kind of growth which has happened in the banking and financial sector domain. Then in coming to manufacturing sector, so there are different opportunities. Like so previously we used to travel with the help of a public transport. Nowadays people are hesitating to take public transport, so they are purchasing new cars. So new cars, like they are planning to see, everyone is it's a kind of fear where it can be affected. The COVID can come to us. COVID, we will be affected by COVID. So that kind of fear is most of the people are having. So due to that, there are lots of manufacturing industries, like car manufacturing companies have some growth in after that COVID as well. So that's the impact COVID has made in made in that automobile sector as well. Yeah. So I will take a pause here. So if anyone has any questions, then I'll move on to the next. I'll take it as no. So moving forward. So in addition to that, it will create the COVID has created a direct employment as well as indirect employment. So indirect employment in the sense, so it's a, suppose if you take a BFSI domain, so it has been purely backed by with the help of ITES support. So like companies like Infosys, CTS, Wipro, Accenture, so they are providing the software support platform to that BFSI domain. So they are clearly so they are in the process of recruiting the employees and train them in the BFSI domain or any kind of domains. Suppose it's a edutech domain or agri or it's a fintech domain. So it's a kind of various domains are there. So if they can recruit the employees and then they can train them in the different domains, and then after training them they will put it into the projects, and then they can have them they can deliver the they can deliver the quality deliverables which suits the market needs. So there are if you take agri tech startup means, previously what we are doing is it's a kind of B2B companies. There are more B2B companies, but now what the companies are doing is they are following a B2C strategy. What B2C strategy says, it's like a business to customers. They will, if you take agri tech companies, I am producing 1,000 kgs of paddy. So if I sell it to the another vendor, so I will get only the less profit with the help I will get only the less profit. But if I sell directly to the another customer, so I will send it to the another customer, my profit will be more. So I have to wait for a while to sell those products to the customers. But after selling them, so I can get good profit compared to B2C compared to B2B B2B strategy. So currently the companies are following a B2C strategy. If you are going to start with any agri-tech, if you look into any agri-tech startup companies, they are following this. And there are lots of startup companies like Razorpay. So there are so many companies. They are following. They got their funding from various companies, and they have vital role in changing the everyone's career. So as per the NASSCOM's initiative, so there are around 1,40,000 new jobs has been created in the financial year of 2021, and it's almost 2.3% of hike when compared to financial year 2020. So that's why that's how the COVID has created a large impact in the ITES sector. So around so as per the NASSCOM initiative, the Indian services companies revenue has been generated around 194 $194 billion by the end of financial year 2021. So which is almost again 2.3% hike in the compared to it got increased to 2.3% when compared to the previous year. So it's like like how the strategy is going on. So in the month of December or January 2022 or January 2022, 23. So there's still there could be a chance of more opportunities in the outside market where the people can learn. Where the people can get more opportunities, they can improve their, they can get expertise in different technologies, like there are expertise in AI, IoT, big data, blockchain, 3D printing, and there are some few technologies that startups are because these are the technologies where startups are really inventing really inventing promoting more, and they are taking the employees who are having these skill sets. So it's a very it's a kind of even if you are good in those technologies, there could be a chances of more employment in these kind of startup companies. Even if you are having this knowledge, then you can start your own companies. Suppose if you are planning to do some freelancing, and also you can start doing some projects by your own, and you can earn you can earn some money from that. So there are different opportunities the COVID has created around IT sector. So people don't feel that this go after COVID, so we'll get a job or we'll get a job or not. So don't think in that perspective. So the COVID has created a lot of opportunities which will enhance which will increase our employment index ratio, as well as it will change, it will enrich us in our life also. So that's a one thing I can say, I can give you an assurance. As well as so there are some negative impacts as well. So there are so as we are doing a white collar job, so it has there are more opportunities as, in the white collar jobs, but in compared to the unorganized sector workers, so those things and all, it created a huge impact on them. So so that's a one drawback with the COVID. So as the daily wages are majorly affected, and compared to them, the white collar jobs are far better during the time of COVID. So this is I'll take a pass here. So anyone has any questions?
So if any questions, I think the students are also there, a few students. They have any questions, you can ask.
Yeah, Venkatraman. This is Dr. Thomas, 99, 2003 mechanical passed out. And see, when we say there is a growth in IT during this COVID time, I really appreciate it. But the point is whether it is services done by IT or any product by IT led to the growth in IT.
So it's a both sir. So both the services are also getting having greater growth, as well as in the product also. Suppose if you take the healthcare domain. So previously what we are doing is, it's a kind of we will be going to the hospitals, and we will be I will be consulting the doctors, right? So nowadays what people are doing is a kind of online consultation, with that they will book the appointment online and they will have the consultation. So it's a kind of both both it's a kind of both. So if you are working as a, if you want to build a consultation doctor online consultation software, so you have to develop a product, right? So it's a kind of both online consult both the product as well as services domain has been has been uh, has been grown up in the during the time of COVID, sir.
Okay, thank you.
So one more thing. Do we find like a lot of private players, like as an individual freelancer, are there more people like that who come out of the corporate industry and they are doing it now?
Yeah,
to IT?
as far as I heard, still some of my colleagues are doing in addition to their office work. So because because the companies are companies are hunting for the employees. See, they can give the benefits, best of the whatever benefits the employee needs. See, even if you are even nowadays, what the culture was changed, like it's a kind of, even after the COVID also, the companies are following a hybrid work from home option only, or they are giving a permanent work from home option to the employees. Hybrid work from home means like for monthly 5 days in 5 days in a month they can come to office. Rest of the days they can work from home. So those are all the benefits that they are giving for the employees. But employees are also very happy with that, because they can spend some good time with their family and spend good time with their family, and they can do uh, they can do they can invest some time in their personal growth, personal as well as their professional growth. So once they got enough time, means they can spend some time in investing some other doing some projects as a they can do some freelance projects from the outside market, and they can deliver them, and then they can get paid for what they have done. So both companies environment, both IT as well as freelancing environment has grown during the time of COVID, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Hello, Venkatraman. This is NSK speaking. How are you?
Yeah, hi, sir. Good evening. I'm doing great. How about you, sir?
Yes, going good. Thanks for your nice insight about the growth of IT during the COVID. So I have one question in my mind, that what sort of skill has to be developed or has to be enhanced in the case of the skills with respect to our students?
So skills in the sense, so it's a kind
Skill
of a
set.
simple, yeah. So they can learn any programming languages, sir. It's not a big deal, but at least some logic, that analytical thinking, they have to improve. So what are all these are all the primary skills, that how, if we are giving a problem to them, so how he has to analyze the problem and provide a efficient solution with less time. So that's a major thing. All the IT companies are looking into it. So if they are providing that, irrespective of the technology, whatever tech stack he belongs to, so companies are ready to recruit them. So that's a main thing. The student has to improve. So either they have to because see, there are a lot of technologies, sir. Nowadays the people are moving up. Like people can work into any technologies like Java, big data, AI, IoT. There are different technologies are there. So only thing is, so how they are providing a efficient solution for a particular problem within the stipulated time. So that's very important, sir.
Thank you, Venkat. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Venkat, this is Thomas again. See, in the last decade, or maybe 15 to 20 years before, like India has become really the IT hub, and a lot of companies has come to India because of the employment available here. That is the student strength available or youth available here. And now I believe that during COVID time, we have seen a lot of education related products are available. Even WebEX is one of them, Zoom, and so many things are there, and people have started to use it. So this would have given a growth in IT, or is it that the cloud computing technology and the e-commerce stuffs like that, which has propelled the IT growth? Which
So
has really
yeah, it's a combination of altogether, sir. I can say that. See, because both are interdependent. So as I said you an example. So if you take a BFA, suppose if you are taking a health insurance to your parents or your own. So what you will do, you will just go to that website and website, and then you'll just check for the policies. So for basic responsive, there is some backend needed, IT support it's needed. Once you finalize that policy or whatever you want, so the customer support team, that is a BPO team, they will reach back to you to get the inputs, whether the policy is matching to you or not. So that's how the BPO process will BPO team will come into picture. Then once your decision is finalized, then you can make the payment. So that's how the financial the payment companies like Paytm or PhonePe or Google Pay, those companies are coming into picture at the last. So it's a kind of interdependent. Sir, all the things are interdependent in the IT. So it cannot function without one function. It cannot function if any of these things are not available. So I can say that, sir.
Very nice. Thank you.
Hello, sir. One more question. Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Keeping EC department as being the core field, what allied field of opportunities are available, both IT and EC put together? Not exclusively IT alone. IT and EC put together, what scope of opportunities are available for the current students?
Basically, I can say like we are learning. I think we are learning two programming papers. So when I learned the two programming papers, one is with the first semester and another one is with the third semester. So basically, having that as a background, so we can work with both IT as well as non-IT. So even if you go for an embedded programming, so that basic level of programming is also required for developing any kind of Arduino or IoT related stuff. So those things are all those are all really required. Even if you are going with the big companies like MATLAB or National Instruments, they are having they are also developing their softwares, right? So for that, if you have that basic idea, how the things will work and what is the input and what is the design, as well as how you will do that. So this will gives you to work with both IT as well as the core fields, that I can say. Even if you are working with Bosch or any kind of companies, they are now moving towards the IT environment to test their products. So that's how both core as well as IT industries are interlinked together.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Venkatraman, one more question to you. See, we have a lot number of technologies available, like cloud computing, artificial intelligence, cyber security, as you said, IoT and stuff like that. And our college do give a chance for the students to do minors in all these cutting edge technologies also. So which one would you prefer for the next 5 years would suit the students?
I can say that big data is going to be going to boom in the next 5 years, sir. So because we are like what I can say is like we have a number of number of data basically. So we have to manipulate that, and we have to arrive at the conclusion with the help of that data. So finally in going forward in next 5 years, there is a great chance in a great boom in big data related companies, like the person who are all in the data science, the scientists, they can get they will be grown more in the field of big data. So that's the one thing I can say, that our college should encourage our students in that domain. It would be grateful for them in doing that.
Okay. Audience, if you have any questions, you can come forward. Okay, in case if there are no other questions, Jagadeeswari ma'am, Vasanth and Venkatraman, shall we go for the closing remarks?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, Thomas. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Venkatraman of 2016 ECE passed out. Definitely, it was a very good talk since because when the COVID started and when we started this online webinar session, everything what we spoke was about the negatives of COVID, and we never thought about the real optimistic thing what happened in during the COVID time. Really, it was an eye opener for most of us who have joined this call today. Thank you, Venkatraman. Thank you, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, and for providing a wonderful speaker for today's session, the webinar talk number 88. Thank you, audience who have joined in good numbers, so students as well as the alumni and the faculty members. Thank you. Thank you.